What's up, guys? Shockwave640 here, and today we are taking a look at the old Bakugan DRAGONOID Colossus set. And of course, Bakugan, as you know, is a really old, well, not really old, it's about 2006, 2008, I think. It's an anime where they had these little ball things, and they transformed into monsters similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Might have been drawn by the same artist, and also much like Beyblade as well. They're all kind of similar. But of course, here we have the DRAGONOID Colossus Deluxe set with the four like weapon emplacements, the single actual Bakugan itself, and the Colossus Dragon Hub, which is this big hulking beast back here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the hub and set it off to the side, along with all of these individual little things. And we're actually going to get down and take a look at the little Bakugan himself. This is, I have it written down over here because I don't actually know their names. This is the DELUXE Dragonoid. Honestly, I don't remember ever seeing this guy in the show. But then again, it's been a really long time since I've seen the show, so I have no idea. But as you can see, it turns into a ball, as pretty much all Bakugan did. He's got some yellowish, kind of mustard yellow color. It's kind of like a goldish color too. It does have a metal flake finish to it. He's got the orange, which will be his head crest right there. There you got the symbol for fire to let you know that this is a fire Bakugan. He had a sticker here, but I don't know what happened to it. I can't remember. He's got the little orange here. And that's pretty much it for this mode. He does have this little flat spot right here, which is where you place the magnet. Now, I don't have any of the little magnet cards that they usually come with. I just don't have one. So instead, I'm going to use my little Legend of Zelda trinket box. I'm going to use the magnet on this side right up here. And as you can see, you just place the magnet on there. And if I can find it. Okay, that one doesn't want to work. Hang on. Let me try to find out where I'm doing this. Okay, this magnet's not strong enough apparently. There we go. This magnet down here was strong enough. So, I'm going to close that back up. Set that off to the side. We're going to need that quite a bit actually. And there you have him in his popped out form, which is kind of strange looking. But you can transform him a little bit more, as with pretty much all Bakugan. Just flip up his head crest. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. You flip up these arm sections right here with his arms. You flip these up like so, which will in turn flip up his head, and you just angle that back. Just kind of come in here, flip out his little fists like so. Come in here, get your fingernail in there, flip out his feet, and there you have the DELUXE Dragonoid in its I want to say, I almost said robot mode, but in its dragon mode, which is not the best looking mode that I've seen for one of these Bakugans. And then also his arm is really loose. Not the best looking thing I've seen in the world. It's kind of strange looking. You can see he's got a green gem right back there, but you can barely even see it just because it's kind of weird. I guess you can do that and then bring these arms down, bring that head up, and then that crest. You could do that if you wanted to. That looks a little bit better. But articulation, he can look up and down. His head is on a double hinge, so you can make him do whatever you want. It does not turn. Shoulders, same way. They just swivel here. They have a joint here, which I guess is his elbow. No, that's his shoulder. Then they have a joint here, which kind of like his hand or elbow joint. Then he can't wiggle his feet up and down. His tail here is just floppy. Same with the wings. They're just kind of floppy, so they just kind of sit there. And that's pretty much it for this guy. Now for the little weapon emplacements. I don't know their all individual names. I have their names written down, but I don't know which one is which. So we just kind of bring them in, and I will just read out their names. And if you know which one is which, then good for you. I can't remember what any of their names are, so don't get mad at me. It's been a really long time since I've seen the show. I'm going to face them all with their appropriate symbols facing forward. So we have the Blasteroid, the Axator Gear, the Beam Blitzer, the Nukix Gear, And that's pretty much it. That's these 4 right here. Again, it is the Blasteroid, Axator gear, Beam Blitzer, and Nukix gear. I think I'm pronouncing those right. I don't know. They had really weird names in the show. A lot of the things had really weird names, so I don't really know how to pronounce them all entirely. But you can take each of these weapons, as you can see. There's 2 posts here on the bottoms of each one of these little armor weapon things. You can see the little posts here. This guy's got 2 big posts and 2 small posts. The big posts are for the Colossus Dragon Hub, and then you can see his ports right there. Basically what you do is I'm going to do my favorite one first, which is this one right here. Basically you just go in here, peg that in, and then boom, it all folds out. And then for this guy is just a little bit of transformation left over, which is just to flip out these little wings right here. And there you go. There you got him with the giant wing pack, which definitely reminds me of the Build Strike Gundam's wing pack. Just in red rather than being in blue. So I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to transform this guy real quick. Very easy. It's just a matter of holding things in place. So you just got to fold these up, fold this down, and that will lock into place. Fold these wings up. Those will all kind of just lock into place and hold everything very nicely. And it's this neat little package. I guess we'll go to my next favorite one, which is this guy. You just plug him on. Now, granted, these don't hold on securely at all. I mean, as soon as you tilt him back, it's just... Well, now it's going to make a liar out of me, but usually they don't stay on. This guy also has a problem transforming. These things are supposed to be spring-loaded. As you can see, there is a little spring in there, and this one's kind of sort of spring-loaded, but it is old, so... This one's just kind of like some beam cannons. I imagine this one's called the Beam Blitzer, and then the one right before that is probably the Nukix gear, or it couldn't be the Blasteroid. I'm pretty sure that's the Nukix gear, and then this is probably the Beam Blitzer, just because these do kind of look like some cannons up there. And so, there's that. Kind of weird looking, but, yeah, what are you going to do? And then to transform that, you just fold these cannons back up, accordion that down, and there you go. Here we have probably my least favorite one. I mean, it's just kind of weird. I'm assuming this one's called the Axator, and you'll see why in a second. You just pop that in. And there you have some axes, I guess. I don't exactly know what these are supposed to be. I think in the show he did this, and then these closed up together. And then that's what happened, and what the heck are you? Huh, weird. But, and then it just kind of does that. Not the best thing in the world. Kind of weird. So I'm assuming this is the Axator. Then again, these do look much like the cannons that were on the Beam Blitzer, so I have no idea. So if you know which one it is, actually let me know down in the comment section if you know which ones these are. Because I have no idea. Transforming him back, he's a little bit more difficult than all the others. You just fold these up, just because it's harder to keep everything held together, and then there he is. And then now you have, which I guess is the Blasteroid. That's really the only name I could think of for this guy. You just peg him in, it just does that, and then you rotate the tail around, and I don't really know what you're supposed to do with this thing, honestly. That's pretty much all it does. You can't really make it face forward just because these spring-loaded things, it just kind of, you know, I'm assuming it's supposed to go forward like this maybe, or maybe it's like a pickup thing, maybe? Maybe it just smacks people upside the head or shoots people, or it's just kind of there. I honestly have no idea, but that's pretty much that. And then this is on a ratchet joint, and I'll show you why in a second. So that just folds up. Now let me get into the details and the paint on the individual guys themselves. We're just going to set him off to the side. So bringing in this guy, some silver paint, some oranges. This is not painted very well. You got some like goldish color there. That's pretty much it for this guy. And of course he came undone. This guy comes undone a lot on my copy. I don't know why, but he just does. Then you got this guy, pretty much the same exact paint. It's just silver, orange, yellowish color, and that's pretty much it. Also, his symbol right there. It's kind of like a paramedic symbol. This guy's symbol right there. So kind of like diamond or cross. This guy, which is a strange looking like diamond getting crushed by Mario pipes. But you got some orange, some silvers. Very nice. I do really like this one. This one's definitely my favorite one out of the bunch. Then you have this guy, some silver, some yellow, some orange, more oranges. He's got like this Triforce kind of looking thing. some more silvers and oranges back here. And that is pretty much it. Now bringing in the actual Colossus Dragon Hub itself. And this thing's actually kind of heavy. It's like legitimately has some weight to it. Probably because of all the magnets that are inside of it. And it also feels like they're maybe... No, that's plastic. I mean, I feel like there might be die cast in this somewhere, and his wing came undone. I feel like there might be die cast in there somewhere. Not entirely sure. But here he is in his folded up form. Kind of strange looking. Paint wise, it's some silver, some oranges, some yellows. You can see the green there for his eyes, which is a very, very nice green. And 2 completely different horn colors, which is kind of weird. Like they painted one yellow, and then they painted the other one orange. You can see his fire symbol down there, and some decent detailing. I mean, he's not the most detailed thing in the world, but he's okay. Now, to arm this guy up, very simple. You're just going to come in here and start plugging these guys in. Now, you do want to be careful because these things do like to come, they spring load really easily. Basically, just going to tab this in using those 3 slots. 3 posts, or clips is really what they are. And then that will clip in like so. I'm probably doing that upside down. Hang on, trying to... There we go. Don't want that to fold out yet. There we go. There you have his little nub. This guy... Okay, it's kind of confusing on which ones go where. I mean, the only one that's obvious is the one that goes here on the neck posts, which is... Where is it? Trying to find it. This one right here. This one has to go right here, just because it's got that cutout right there, which looks like... Post? No, never mind. I was wrong. Okay, that's the big posts, and the one with the big posts is this guy right here. He will just kind of peg in right there. You do have to move the dragon head out of the way in order to do this. It won't go back where it was, so it's just gonna spring load forward. Can't really do anything about that, sadly, but oh well. I feel like this is going in the wrong place. Any of these other ones have big pegs? No, they do not. Okay, so this one has to go right here. There's nowhere else it can go. So you just kind of peg it on right there. Very simple how you peg these on. You just use the 2 posts, and there's the corresponding posts on the actual dragon itself. These wings here, they go on the back right here, like so. Just like that. And then the cannons right here, just simply tab in right there, like so. Gotta make sure it's locked in. And there we have the dragon all armed up and looking actually quite cool. I just think it would look a little bit cooler if you could actually put the head back up, or at least tuck it down or something. Or if this had like a little clip section in there so you can just kind of clip the head down, and then you can make the head go down all the way, but oh well, what are you gonna do? But now the final component, which is this guy. To transform him, to get him ready, you just fold his feet up. There you go, and then you just drop him right down in this section. And let me actually back the camera up a little bit so you can see all this. There we go. You just bring him in, drop him like so, and there you go. Everything just kind of explodes out, and you have the DRAGONOID Colossus, which is very, very cool. Just kind of bring those out. To complete the transformation, you just want to bring these horns out, fold that horn forward, and you can open up the mouth if you so choose. Kind of get these lazy things to flop out. Bring the tail, bring that all the way out. Ratchet that around. Come in here, bring these little fins on this section up. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to come down here, fall down his feet, and just kind of get him standing. And there you go. There you have the DRAGONOID Colossus in its robot mode. What'd you call this, robot mode? I don't know. It's kind of hard to get him standing, but let's kind of just stand him right there and bring in another some size comparison. So here we have the little Legends class Abominus from the Transformers Beast Hunters line. Here we have, he doesn't want to stand anymore. Here we have Ripclaw, again from the Beast Hunters line. And here we have my 100 subscriber special mock Rapture, the Heavenly Knight. Here we go. There she is with the Dragonoid Colossus. So very, very cool. This thing looks insane and very imposing. I do really quite like the way that this looks. Now I'm just going to pull all these off real quick to kind of, so I can show the articulation a little bit. Just going to pull these off. I'm just going to keep the tail on because it's a dragon. It's supposed to have a tail. But here he is without all that stuff on, and very, very cool. Getting here and look at the head. Very cool head. I do quite like it. Nice silver paint there on the bottom jaw that is exposed. You got some orange here exposed in the wings. And that's pretty much it that's exposed. I mean, you can see his little legs down here. Articulation, kind of sort of flap his wings up and down, but they are just really loose, and they're supposed to stay in this position. But you can rotate them outwards. They do pop off though, and they just simply peg right back on, like so. And his wing just flew off and hit the camera. See, the one thing I don't like about this dragon mode is the slightest touch of the wings will cause them to lock back in. Here we go. So that is kind of annoying, but oh well, just don't mess with them, I guess. That's pretty much it. And then you got some silver here, and then you have these weird little flaps that hang down, which I'm assuming are his claws, maybe. But articulation in this mode, his head can do a full 360 like that on a very nice ratchet joint. Can't really look up or down because it just goes right back into position, and cannot look side to side. And you can position these horns wherever you wish. His mouth does open and close. His legs here on a ratchet joint, that'll let them go that far forward, that far backward, and then you have his knee joint. You can bring it all the way up, all the way down, and then you have this foot joint, which is very loose, so I don't even recommend trying to actually use that. But hey, you can try whatever you want to. Pretty much the same thing with the back legs. I mean, they'll go that far back, that far forward, and then you have the knee joint right here. And then you have the actual foot itself. Then tail just on a ratchet here, and then you can just kind of sort of bend it and do whatever you want with it, but it does just kind of flop around much like all the other things. Then also, the tail doesn't exactly sit how you want it to. I mean, it's always going to be tilted just a little bit, which does kind of suck. But what are you going to do? So, this is the Dragonoid Colossus. I don't remember when I got this thing. I think I might have gotten it for my birthday when I was younger. Or might have just, I think my aunt might have actually given it to me. I think she got it from a garage sale, and she was going to give it to some kid for his birthday, but he already had it, apparently. So, instead of returning it to the store, she was just like, hey, do you want this? Or something like that. I don't really remember. I've had this thing forever, and I just recently found it in my mom's and my mother's storage shed that she had, where a lot of my older Transformer figures were. So I just kind of went and picked up a few of my figures, and this was one of the guys that I found in there. So, my final verdict on this guy, if you see him for 10, 15 bucks, maybe 20 bucks if you're really that desperate to get a really cool looking dragon on your shelf, pick him up. I definitely recommend it. While he is a little bit flimsy and floppy, but then again, most of the Bakugan toys were. It's just because of all these spring-loaded auto transformation gimmicks and such, but this guy looks fantastic. Granted, he does take up a heck of a lot of room on your shelf, but you have to admit, though, he does look very, very epic, in my opinion. But guys, I am Shockwave640, and this was the Dragonoid Colossus from the Bakugan TV show. And if you liked the video, why not like, subscribe, and comment? I really love to read you guys' comments. I love to see what you have to say about my reviews and about the products that I am reviewing. So guys, I will see you later. So, bye. Thanks for watching. Peace.